Imagine waking up in the middle of the night to find your home engulfed in flames.
It was Christmas Eve, 1945. The Sodder family lived in a small town called Fayetteville in West Virginia. George and Jenny Sodder had 10 children. That evening seemed completely normal. The children were excited about Christmas morning. Some stayed up late playing with their new toys. Others headed to bed. No one knew that within a few hours, the family would become part of one of America's greatest mysteries. Around 1 a.m., Jenny received a strange phone call. A woman she didn't recognize was laughing on the other end. She hung up. Moments later, she noticed lights were still on downstairs. She turned them off and went back to sleep. Around 1:30 a.m., she woke up again. This time, the house was on fire. Flames were spreading rapidly. George and Jenny managed to escape with 4 of their children. But 5 children were still upstairs. Maurice, Martha, Louis, Jenny, and Betty, they were trapped. Or so it seemed. George desperately tried to save them. He ran to the phone. The phone line was dead. He attempted to use a ladder to reach the upper floor. The ladder was missing from its usual spot. He tried to move one of his trucks closer to the house. Both trucks suddenly refused to start, even though they had been working perfectly the day before. The fire department didn't arrive until morning. By then, the house was completely destroyed. Officials concluded that the 5 children had died in the fire. Case closed. But George and Jenny weren't convinced. When investigators searched the ashes, they made a shocking discovery. There were no bodies, no skeletons, no remains. Experts later told the Sodders that even intense house fires usually leave bones behind. Yet nothing was found. George became convinced that his children had not died in the fire. He believed they had been taken. But who would kidnap 5 children in the middle of a house fire? And why? Then came the reports. A woman claimed she saw the missing children in a passing car on the night of the fire. Another witness said she served breakfast to several children, matching their descriptions at a roadside diner. Others claimed they had seen the children in different states after the fire. Most of these reports could never be verified, but they fueled the family's belief that the children were still alive. Years passed. The mystery only deepened. Then, in 1967, more than 20 years after the fire, the Sodders received an anonymous letter. Inside was a photograph of a young man. On the back was a cryptic message. The writer claimed the man in the photo was Louis Sodder, one of the missing children. The family was stunned. The facial features looked remarkably similar. George and Jenny desperately tried to investigate, but they never discovered who sent the photo or whether the man was actually their son. Over the years, many theories emerged. Some believed the children died in the fire and the investigation was simply flawed. Others suspected kidnapping. There were even claims that organized crime might have been involved due to George Sodder's outspoken political views. But no theory has ever been proven. No bodies have ever been found. And no one has ever explained all the strange events that occurred that night. Today, the disappearance of the Sodder children remains one of the most famous unsolved mysteries in American history. 5 children vanished during a house fire. No remains were ever discovered. No definitive answers were ever found. And one question still haunts investigators decades later. Did the children die in the flames? Or did they somehow leave the house alive? The mystery remains unsolved. Do you believe the Sodder children died in the fire? Or were they taken? Leave your